Hey, my name is Marion Marett, and this is my presentation on my long research report for more effective ways of disciplining high school students. A lot of schools nowadays are having issues with the behavior of the students, and it kind of results back from some policies that were put in place in 1994 when the federal government enacted the Gun-Free Schools Act, which meant that any student that brought a firearm to school received a mandatory 365-day calendar day suspension. The police departments around the country kind of started following in this with a zero tolerance policy, and then schools followed with the same thing. That resulted in some students getting suspended for something as minor as cutting in the lunch line. When this got kind of carried away, and then schools started coming up with the idea of a more lenient policy because they were having so many students suspended that they went to more of a touchy-feely teddy bear kind of policy. Students were not getting suspended. They were getting the students to try to talk about their feelings, and this just resulted in less suspensions but a lot more discipline problems. Some of the schools that I researched, the one I work for in particular, with Pender County Schools, has a level policy. The different levels are rated 1 through 8, as you can see from the video we're getting ready to show. Level 1 is a conference or warning, all the way up to level 8, which is an expulsion. Each misbehavior is rated by what grade level the student is in, and then they find the appropriate level. Students who are issued detention basically just serve 30 minutes either in the office or the media center. Some who have ISS, which is in-school suspension, they will spend up to the full day or 2 or 3 days in the in-school suspension room. Worst cases get out of school suspension, and the worst can get long-term suspension, which used to be called being expelled. Some schools, like the Joseph C. Williams Magnet High School in Rochester, New York, their in-school suspension policy reads almost like a day in prison. They have to check in with security. The parent has to come with them and check in with security, where they are escorted to the in-school suspension classroom. They spend the entire day there. They are not allowed to have any electronic devices while they're there. Their phones are taken from them. They have 2 restroom breaks during the day. Their lunch is brought to them in the classroom, and they have to eat there. They're basically in isolation in this classroom. Another school that I researched is the David Crockett High School from Jonesboro, Tennessee. Theirs is pretty much the same as the other high school, but in this one they are assigned a seat, and they must stay in that seat unless they're given permission from the ISS instructor to get up. They're not allowed to talk. Lunch is eaten there again in the ISS room. If you check in or out early, you receive additional time in ISS, and they carry it a step further by asking if you ask for your ISS days to be dropped, they will actually add more IS days to your suspension. I interviewed 4 faculty and staff members at Topsail High School in Hampstead, North Carolina. 2 of them were assistant principals. 1 of them was the SRO, or school resource officer, and 1 was an actual teacher in the high school. And all of them are for more strict punishment, and basically all of them agree that the punishment that is being given out now is not consistent, and it's not equal for everybody. So the majority of the problem is being consistent. They have to be on the same page. My thoughts on it are you have one person to dish out the punishment or assign the punishment, whether it be detention, ISS, OSS, or recommendation for long-term suspension. This is the only way we're going to get on the same page. All of them agree that the policy is good, but some of them, like one of the assistant principals, actually wants to delve deeper into it and find out why the student actually did the misbehavior. My thoughts on it: get it consistent, get it equal, and then it'll be fair for everyone. Thank you very much.